Hello friends, welcome you all to yet another interesting video. Before starting the video, let me wish you all a very happy Pongal. Hope you have started this year with a bang and also made your plans on finances for the coming year and the coming decades together based on the video what I had posted start of the new year. If you have not done your plan, use this Pongal holidays to make a plan, sit with your spouse and make your plan to achieve your financial freedom. With that note, let's start the topic for today. The topic for today is tax planning. The moment we hear about this tax planning, many of us actually get disturbed and many of us don't know how to make a plan. When you look at tax planning from an investment angle, you should never look at tax planning separately and investment separately. So if you can align your overall investment plan in which you can also achieve tax benefits, I think that would be the best thing to do, and that's what we are going to see in this video. I am going to restrict the comments only relating to the investments and not related to other sections of the income tax. So when should you start your tax planning? As I said, you should link your tax planning to your investments. Your investment should ideally start the moment you start earning. The moment you start earning, if you can start saving, and if that saving can also grow and give you tax planning, I think that's the best thing to do. So under the Income Tax Act, there are various sections. What we are going to see today is section 80C, the most important, section 80CCD and the section 80D. So let me first cover the 80D section, which is plain simple, which is given for your medical or your health insurance. For an individual, if you cover your family, the maximum limit what you can get is about 25,000 rupees. If you can also cover your parents, then the limit goes up to 50k. It's a very simple section which will allow you to plan your health also and also get some tax benefits. The next section is 80CCD. Again, a very simple section where you can get benefits up to 50,000 rupees, which is for your NPS, your National Pension Scheme. So in this section, the only product what you can invest is the NPS, where you can get an additional tax benefit of 50,000 rupees. The next and the most important section is 80C. This is the section in which many of us get confused because the number of products which are allowed to claim a 80C deduction are many. That's where many of us actually get confused and will not be able to evaluate the right product. So what are the products covered under 80C? Let's have a look at it. Your life insurance plans, your EPF, Employee Provident Fund, your PPF, Public Provident Fund, your ELSS, which is a equity linked savings scheme by mutual funds, your home loan and the tuition fees. So there are various products available, and this is where we tend to get confused also. So I have mentioned some of the schemes. There are also other schemes available. But what generally is used? There are something called popular ones when it comes to tax planning, and there are something called effective ones when it comes to tax planning. So let's see what are the most popular ones when it comes to tax planning. There are two major schemes which are very popular among many people who actually plan for tax, and they might not be right. The most important one is taking an insurance plan for making your tax planning, and the next is buying a house thinking that it also gives you tax planning. Let me explain this to you. A life insurance plan should never be taken for tax planning. You should always buy a life insurance if you want to cover your life, and that should be your term insurance. To get a tax benefit, you should never buy a life insurance. Similarly, you should buy a home if you need one. You should never buy a home because it also gives you some kind of a tax benefit. And there are some schemes which are very effective. Why I am saying this effective is because, as I said, your tax planning should be aligned with your investment planning, which means your fundamental objective should be to create corpus for yourself, and in turn, if you also can get a tax benefit out of it, it is icing on the cake. So the most effective ones are your EPF. EPF is your Employee Provident Fund, which is contributed by you from your salary and also by your employer, which actually goes without your knowledge. That's one of the best tools to save tax as well as create corpus for you. The next one is PPF, which is the Public Provident Fund, which is a voluntary contribution which you make towards your corpus, where you also get a very good tax benefit. And the next one, which is the most effective one, is the ELSS, which is Equity Linked Savings Scheme by a mutual fund. So the next question is, out of these effective ones, which will suit you the best? So out of these effective ones, I am going to tell you which can actually create a larger corpus in the long run. So between the PPF and ELSS, I think these two are the most effective plans when it comes to tax planning. So the chart what I am showing you here is a comparison between a PPF and a ELSS. So if somebody started investing from March of 1996, 10,000 rupees every year for the last 24 years, that means you would have invested 2,40,000 rupees in total. So the maturity amount from the PPF will be equal to about 7 lakhs and odd. Whereas the same money invested in a ELSS scheme, which is nothing but a mutual fund, would have actually become 34 lakhs in the last about 23-24 years. So look at the difference, or look at the quantum of money you can make between a 7 lakh and a 34 lakhs. The difference is very huge. Even if you don't make 34 lakhs from your ELSS, even if you end up making 15 lakhs, still that is going to be a large difference which it can create in your overall corpus. So the simple point I am trying to make is ELSS can be one of your best options to save tax as well as create corpus for your long term. To summarize, tax planning should be in line with your investment planning. Tax planning should never be done at the last minute, and you should not buy any product because it is giving you tax benefit. Rather, you should fit your overall financial goal, and tax benefit should be an add-on. And ELSS can actually create wealth as well as save tax for you also. Hope you found this information useful to you. As we speak, we are also entering the season for budget. So the next video is going to be on the highlights of budget, where I will also cover on whatever changes the finance minister is likely to announce on the income tax. So we will cover that also in the coming video. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Canary Capital Solutions, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for watching.